Alright, for similar right triangles, we're going to have to redraw these right triangles. So in this picture, you should see three right triangles there. So we're going to draw them. One big, one medium, one small. We always put them in the exact same orientation, or these are going to get confusing. So on the big triangle, we should see 32 and x, and that's the only thing on the big triangle. On the medium triangle, we can find the side length of the top, I guess, so it would technically be the bottom when you turn it. But the idea is that the whole hypotenuse x minus 16 gives us this side length. Okay, so we have x minus 16. And on the small triangle, we have 16 and 32. What you should notice is that one triangle has only one thing, and we ignore it completely. Two triangles have two things, and one thing repeats in there. So when we set up our proportion here, the thing that repeats should always be in the diagonals. In this question, 32 repeats, so 32 is going to be at the top left and the bottom right. The other two numbers are x and 16. All right, so we have our proportion here. We're going to cross multiply. We get 16x equals 1024. Divide by 16, we get 64. Our next one, we always draw the three right triangles, and I always draw them in the exact same pattern. On the big triangle, we have x and 100. On the medium triangle, we could find that length again. 100 minus 36 gives us 64. And on the small triangle, we have 36 and x. What repeats this time is x, so x is going to be top left, bottom right. Then we have 136 in the same triangles. The medium triangle with 64 isn't used. So here in our proportion, we cross multiply, but this time x times x, that's x squared. And then 100 times 36 is 3,600. To get rid of x squared, we're taking the square root of 3,600, which is 60. In our last example, this one's a little bit more difficult. It has a radical in it to begin with, but we're going to draw our three right triangles first. On the big triangle, we have 6 squared of 11 and x plus 11. So if you add the two lengths, you get the hypotenuse there, x plus 11. On the small triangle, we have 11 and 6 squared of 11. On the medium triangle, we have x and y, but we aren't caring about the y in this question. We're looking for x. We're not worried about the medium triangle at all. This one, the 6 squared of 11 repeats, so we're going to put that in the diagonals. Then the 11 and the 11 plus x is in the other diagonals. Cross multiply, you get 11x plus 121. This is where the hard part comes in. 6 times 6 is 36. Times the square root of 11 times the square root of 11. Well, 2 square root of 11s just make 11. So this is really just 6 times 11. So it becomes 396. You could also just type that in the calculator, 6 square root of 11 times 6 square root of 11. Subtract 121 from both sides and you get 275. Divide by 11 and you get 25. All right, that is it to the similar right triangles. Just make sure you redraw those three triangles and you have all of the sides marked as you need it.